Welcome back. I'm Sharla McBride, and this is the first show of the 2012 season, and it's a championship-packed show that you don't want to miss. But before we take a look at the new harness racing season, we're going to take a look back at the best of the best from 2011. The world's top drivers, owners, trainers, and races are coming your way next. In this week's show, we will take you to the Sunshine State for the Dan Patch Awards and introduce you to the 2011 champions of our sport. And she calls herself a compassionate firework. We just call her Heather. And coming up, she'll show us another side of that personality that we love. We're going on stage with Miss Moffat coming up. You'll also hear from the 2011 Big Award winners, including the top trainer, top owner, and much more. The hottest horsecasters on TV are bringing you racing's fastest-paced half hour from here at Harrah's Chester Racetrack and Casino. It's on Comcast Sportsnet, and it's next.
Oh, they go! Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily. Underway. Starting fast outside here, Express Messenger to the early. 15-5 before the halftime. Just over 3 to go. At the top of the stretch.
Hello there, you harness racing fans. So nice to see you guys back in the saddle again, or back in the sulky, as it were. I'm Steve Ross, along with my partner Heather Moffat, and it's a brand new season. This is the curtain riser for the 2012 PA harness racing season, and we are thrilled and proud as punch, aren't we, darling?
Oh, we are, and it feels like it was so long ago. Seriously, like I feel like I haven't seen you for an entire year.
Okay, the Dan Patch Awards took place in the capital of Florida, Orlando, which coincidentally was named after a horse that made hundreds of thousands of dollars and never won a race. Orlando, right? Remember him? Orlando, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
The maiden that won a couple $100 grand?
But the capital of Florida is not Orlando.
It's not?
I think it's Tallahassee.
They changed it, did they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, Disney World is there, so it counts for something, doesn't it? Okay, the Dan Patch Awards in Orlando, and our Heather was there because she's Heather. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
It was just a fabulous evening. It's kind of like a who's who of harness racing is there to celebrate the four-legged who's of harness racing. And a couple surprises, but most people knew which horses were getting awards, and that's what we're talking about on today's show.
Okay, we're going to review the year 2011. It was a great year, and let's start with the older male trotters. This took place on Sandpail's home turf of Woodbine. Now, the usual suspects showed up, of course, the Lucky Jims and the Arch Madnesses of the world. However, there was a couple of X factors, horses that came from across the pond, as it were, international stars, headed up by Rapide Lapel, who went off a 2-1 and is a real hard knocker. Now, the question was, would the Frenchman kick a hole in Sandpail's tail? Or would Sandpail win, cement his greatness, and win Horse of the Year honors? Enough drama. Here's Ken Middleton with a call.
Sandpail, Waples leaders by a length. Rapide Labelle second on the outside. In at the rail third to find the world. Commander Crow setting up a second over Rally from in fourth. Jameson already tipping his hand 3 wide. Here comes Lucky Jim from the backfield. He's self-destructed coming off cover. Lucky Jim's off stride. Sandpail to the roar of the crowd in Woodbine. 9 3/4 in 123 and 1. Rapide Labelle second on the outside. Still closing. Here comes Commander Crow off cover now, 3 wide for the drive. Sandpail, when called on to do so, digs in for Waples. Sandpail on the inside on his home turf. Sandpail, you the man!
What a year for Sandpail. His 14th win in 16 starts. The other 2 were seconds. An amazing performance. He just lived over Rapide Labelle, who was first around. It was a great, great mile, okay? And now to find out more about the big race and the Horse of the Year, Sandpail, here's his connections.
Can you believe the way this whole story has played out? I mean, it's almost like a screenplay.
It is. It's just like a screenplay, and he's one of those ones that comes along every once in a while that, as I said, he doesn't like to get beat. And he doesn't. If you go back to the first Maple Leaf Trot, Arch Madness had him beaten the stretch, and he come back on to take it. And that takes a lot of horse.
The next award we're up to is the Older Pacer of the Year. And the pacer of the year, it was foiled again. And to watch this incredible horse in action, we went to the Meadowlands for the Graduate.
Here comes foiled again, the two-time Levy champion, third and second and gaining on the outside. Won the West, gapping that cover, but now beginning to roll. He's stride for stride with a locked-in Western Shore. Giddy Up Lucky also buried on the rail. Dial or no dial, swings to the outside and looks to rally. Fresh off the cones, Giddy Up Lucky now looks for room. 121 and 1 for 3/4 in the stretch of the Graduate. It's bittersweet, but here comes foiled again. Steamrolling first over with Jingra. Firing his best shot here, foiled again. Bittersweet battles back on the inside. Those two in a fierce tussle to the wire. On the far outside, a Toki's flying late. To the wire, foiled again on the outside. Giddy Up Lucky, foiled again!
Another amazing effort from foiled again, the little horse with a big heart. By the way, you know, the pacer of the year is always a surprise that evening. Nobody really knows who's going to get that award. And it was super tight this year between Roll with Joe and Foiled Again. Foiled Again obviously gets it, and we checked in with his connections to find out about this great horse.
Really a remarkable season for an older pacer. What has he meant to you?
I mean, Foyle's been incredible, and like every year he gets better. You know, I've probably sold him short all the way until this year, and now, you know, even I've become a believer that he truly is one of the best horses to race. So he's just a pleasure to race, and love to watch him go.
Don't dare think about moving a muscle, because we have a lot more of the year review from 2011 to fire at you right here on PA Harness Week with Heather and Steve. And when we come back, we'll have the female pacer, the Trotter of the Year award, plus the 3-year-olds, which really kicked some butt in 2011. Don't go away.
Mohegan Sun, off-track wagering. Allentown, Carbondale, East Stroudsburg. Always leave happy.
Horses helping people, people helping horses. At Equilibrium, horses help those with special needs achieve balance in body, mind, and spirit, while Equilibrium's people give retired horses the forever home they deserve. Join in the giving and help spread the joy of equine-assisted activities. Visit www.equi-librium.org to learn more and make a tax-deductible contribution today. Equilibrium, a helping hoof for those in need.
Why do so many winners travel in EB trailers? They love the ride. EB Pacesetter trailers deliver your horses in peak condition, ready to race every time. Designed to provide safe and comfortable transport for standard-bred racehorses, EB's Pacesetter Series trailers are the preferred choice of professional standard-bred trainers and breeders nationwide. All EB Pacesetter models feature custom standard-bred options and excellent airflow and aligned interior sealing to keep your horses fresh and comfortable. Every EB trailer has commercial quality componentry and riveted sidewall construction engineered and designed to stand up to constant and rigorous horse and road use. And a sleek aerodynamic nose design that also delivers improved fuel savings. More winners ride with EB than any other trailer. EB, setting the pace in standard-bred horse transportation.
Hello there, welcome back to the season premiere of PA Harness Week, along with Heather Moffat. I'm Steve Ross. I am so happy to be back because I was missing on this whole thing, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the older filly pacer, the mares. And what a good one was Andrew Vett. She was terrific all year. And here's a race of hers in the Breeders' Crown. It was race 6 on October 29th.
Androvette, Maureen Rocks going after her on the outside second as Rock and Soul gaps the pocket spot. It's Ginger and Fred fourth on the outside. On the glasses, fifth on the rail. Shaking loose late now is Blissful Smile. 121 and 3 for 3/4. Androvette turns it on. Androvette by 3.5 now, trying to track her down. Maureen Rocks on the outside.
Rockin' Soul is third to the wire, and all that is Ginger and Fred, but she's all alone.
Andrevet was just a flat-out monster. Won it in 1:49.2. It was a walk in the park, although she paced up a storm. Okay, congratulations to her connections. It was her 11th win in 20 starts in 2011, and she was voted the older female pacer of the year.
All right, moving on to the older female trotter of the year. It's Action Broadway. We're heading to Western Pennsylvania to the Meadows for this one. It was one of her earlier season starts. It's a fillies and mares preferred, and she won it very easily in 1:56.3. Dave Pallone pilots her for trainer Virgil Morgan Jr. This wasn't overnight, but she went on to win stakes like the Ombro Flight and the Muscle Hill.
Now for the 3-year-olds, here's one of the best heats of the year. It took place right here on Super Stakes Sunday, August 21st at Harrah's Chester, and it was the 35th renewal of the Battle of the Brandywine. What a terrific race that, of course, used to be held at Brandywine Raceway. Ron Pierce had his choice of drives between Alsace Hanover or Roll with Joe. So who did he roll with? He rolled with Joe, Natch. And Roll with Joe had the rail and was 9-5, but the favorite was Alsace Hanover. This was a race for the ages. Let's watch.
Good going with Roll with Joe, a length and a half in front of Powerful Mist. Alsace Hanover heads outer flow, headed for the bridge turn. The Adios winner up within 2.5 lengths of the lead, taking third narrowly from Custard the Dragon. Big Bad John tracks cover to race's midpoint. He's 5th and 4.5 from the front. Winkinatcha's got 6 to make up, just wide of Feel Like a Fool, and Feel Like a Fool made a break, overtaken from the back by High Noon. The half mile, 54-4. 3/8 to go in the 35th Battle of the Brandywine, and Roll with Joe continues to shoulder the load. A length and a half in front of Alsace Hanover, a joint second with the pocket-sitting Powerful Mist. Big Bad John was guided 3 wide. He's gained to within 2.5 lengths of the lead. Custard the Dragon begins to labor, 4.5 from the front. Winkinatcha's saving ground with 5.5 to come. 2 farther back to High Noon, and Roll with Joe hit 3/4 in 1:21.2. Coming to head stretch, Roll with Joe trying to take them all the way. He's a length and a half in front of an all-out Powerful Mist. Alsace Hanover lunging desperately at Roll with Joe in these final yards. Roll with Joe all out. Alsace Hanover, one last lunge. Oh, photo finish.
Well, the 2 favorites went Heimer and Tong, but at the very end, it was a sneeze for Roll with Joe, who won that bad boy on Super Stakes Sunday and emerged as the 3-year-old pacer of the year, and deservedly so, I guess.
Now I'm going to tell you about the 3-year-old filly pacer of the year. It was See You at Peelers. She was actually the 2-year-old filly pacer of the year for 2010, and now she ends up beating her division again for 2011. She had won the Fan Hanover. She even beat the boys in the Art Rooney, but what we're going to check out is her final win of the season. It's from Super Stakes Sunday, and it is the Valley Forge.
Off of the Valley Forge, and Crispy Apple sprints right for the front. What's New Pussycats put into play, so too See You at Peelers from between fillies, and Crispy Apple has achieved the lead. It is Crispy Apple, a length and 3/4 in front of See You at Peelers. What's New Pussycat is parked from third. Idyllic is close to the pace today, now taking over the third spot, 2.5 off the lead, and Johansson is up to take the lead with See You at Peelers, wide of Crispy Apple coming off the first turn. Idyllic tracks in third, dropped the ball, closed off a seat in fourth. She's 4.5 lengths off the pace. What's New Pussycat was eased back 6 from the front. Followed by Honky Tonk Woman, Fresh Idea. Foxy Lady is last, a dozen behind the champion. See You at Peelers to the quarter in 26-4, and she's a length and 3/4 in front of Crispy Apple, headed for the bridge turn. Idyllic will be the one to take her shot at See You at Peelers, approaching race's midpoint. Drop the ball, is second over and 3 lengths off the lead. What's New Pussycat saving ground 4 from the front. Honky Tonk Woman slides off the cones a length and a half farther back. And then it's 3 more to Fresh Idea and 2 off last Foxy Lady, 54 and 4.5. And See You at Peelers faces heavy pressure up the backstretch in the 5th Valley Forge from Idyllic, who's within a length on the outside, but she's laboring. Crispy Apple tracks intently from the pocket. Drop the ball, is second over, now 3 off the lead. See You at Peelers shakes away from Idyllic with a quarter to go. And See You at Peelers is now 2 clear. Crispy Apple has taken second back from a fading Idyllic. Drop the ball, circles wide on the turn with 4 lengths to make up. 3/4 in 1:22-2. And See You at Peelers is 3 in front at head stretch. See You at Peelers holding clear from Crispy Apple. Idyllic is third, then drop the ball. See You at Peelers, she's the real deal today.
She won easily easily in here in 150 and 2. That was her 22nd win in a row. Unbelievable. And she's trained by Jimmy Takter. She won over $900,000 last season. Let's find out more about this fabulous filly.
After she got beat, I guess a lot of people thought that, you know, this is the end of it. But I look at this at the beginning. She's going to come back and she's going to race again.
Okay, next up was the big race for 3-year-old trotters. It is harness racing's most famous trot race and probably, arguably, one of the biggest race in the sport. It is the Halbletonian. Although when you call it by its nickname, Hambo, it sounds like it's, you know, out of the hood or something, you know?
It's street.
Right. Man of Many Missions was the 2-5 chalk in his limb and breezed. He came back in the final, went off at 8-5, and Broad Bond also breezed in his limb, and he came back at 6-1. It was a great race. Here's the Halbletonian from 2011.
And they're off in the 86th. Halbletonian, Lucky Charm Hanover left out of there. Off stride went Magnum Cosmos early. Whiskey Tax has asked for speed. And Broad Bond from the inside. Broad Bond and George Brennan taking charge. Broad Bond, Whiskey Tax. Here comes Lucky Charm Hanover up on the outside to challenge Man of Many Missions. Settles in the 4th spot as they head to the opening quarter. It's Fox on the inside, 5th past the opening quarter, followed by Opening Night. Then comes Chapter 7 near the back of the pack. Wit urging there for Wit. And then it's Pastor Stephen. After the miscue, Magnum Cosmos trails down the backstretch off a pretty brisk quarter of 27-1. Brennan's trying to ration out the speed of Broad Bond. Elimination winner, Broad Bond in front and in full control. Randy Waples, Whiskey Tax riding that pocket trip here. Lucky Charm Hanover is 3rd. To the outside goes Man of Many Missions. Looks to be flushed out there by Fox. Shooting the gap is Wit from the inside as they pass the half mile. Opening Night is into the flow now. 3rd over for Campbell. Pastor Stephen buried on the inside. Chapter 7 gets into the flow. 4th over, about 8.5, 9 from the lead. And then comes Magnum Cosmos. The half was a rated 56, so Brennan got the breather he needed. It's Broad Bond, the one to knock off. First over again for Man of Many Mission. Has he got another one left in him? He's 2nd on the outside and challenging. Whiskey Tax now locked in 3rd past 3/4. Fox is gapping on the outside 4th. Lucky Charm Hanover is 5th as they turn for home. Chapter 7, 3 wide with work to do. Fox went off stride. 3/4, 123 and 4, 27-4 in that 3rd quarter. It is Broad Bond trying to go all the way. Broad Bond, Whiskey Tax needs racing room. Man of Many Missions on the outside. Keep off stride. Man of Many Missions is off stride. It appeared it affected Whiskey Tax to the wire. That leaves it all to Broad Bond.
There he is, Broad Bond, winning easily and capturing the 3-year-old Colt Trotter of the Year. And now for the filly counterpart, here's Heather.
That's right. It was Cedar Dove. She had a great year. She had a big win in the Breeders' Crown, but another prestigious win was the Kentucky Filly Futurity in October, and that was in Lexington. She won both heats with a final heat in 153 and 4, trained by Noel Daly, and her driver in 2011 was Ron Pierce.
And when we come back, we're going to have a look at the 2-year-olds, the champions, and also, you ready for this? Oh my God, Heather is going to sing. Don't move a muscle.
Cheers. We believe in life after work.
We believe good times get better in groups. We believe it's not what we do,
but what happens when we're together.
We believe when one of us wins, we all win.
We believe in all-you-can-eat wings.
And fresh hot pizza.
We believe the louder you cheer, the faster they run.
We believe that 2's company and 3's a trifecta.
We believe. We believe.
Horses laugh like children when they run.
We believe in long shots.
We believe that jockeys are giants.
And sulkies are chariots.
We believe it's always post time somewhere.
We believe there's no place like the home stretch.
We believe.
We believe.
We believe.
We believe. We believe that life on the rail is really where it's at.
Welcome, good old sun. There ain't no love when you don't come. Welcome, sun. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to your place in the sun.
Hello there, and welcome back to PA Harness Week. Along with Heather Moffat, I'm Steve Ross. Let's look at the 2-year-old male trotter category. It was the Valley Victory conducted right here at Harris Chester, and the winner and new champion was Possess the Will. He won it with Timmy Tetrick in 156 flat.
Okay, now the next category, 2-year-old filly trotter of the year. Check me out. Not only was she the champion, she was your unanimous champion. No other votes for any other filly in this division.
She was the only one? The only unanimous choice?
The only one that got a vote for this division. Now, she won a couple big races this year, but personally, I thought that her most incredible effort was right here. You're going to see it. It's in the matron final from Dover Downs.
And catching the pack now, Check Me Out is about 7 or 8 off the lead, has picked up at least 15 lengths to go by 3/4, 127 4/5. Around the final turn, Voluptuous Rhonda has the lead. That's Blue Muscles circling up on the far outside. Check Me Out is up into third, going after the leaders. They're at the top of the stretch, turning for home. Voluptuous Rhonda on the far outside. Check Me Out. They come off the turn. Check Me Out coming on the outside after Voluptuous Rhonda coming through the stretch. Check Me Out is up to get the lead. Check Me Out made up 20-25 lengths to win.
Check Me Out wins at 158. No big deal to her. She has a world record of 153-2. She might win the Halbletonian this year. There's yap talk about her going against the boys. So we'll see. It's going to be an exciting year for Check Me Out.
The horse was what, 25 back and came back and won the race from dead last? Just nuts. Talking about crazy things, let's have a look at the 2-year-old male pacer of the year, and this is the next superstar in our sport. If it's not going to be Check Me Out, it's going to be Sweet Lou. This horse is scary good. You know, a good 2-year-old gets a horseman's blood a-pumping, and lots of blood is a-pumping with this incredible horse. And we'll take a look at him, and he won his second choice in Pocono in a terrific race. Watch this.
Sweet Lou trying to hold up. Easy again. Star Recruit. Sweet Lou's got more tonight.
The freshman filly pacers are up next, and it's Economy Terror. She was your champion this year. She's won the Breeders' Crown, the 3 Diamonds, and 150-3 right here at Harris Chester. But we are going to watch her in a Pennsylvania sire stake at Pocono Downs. Jim Avila has your call.
Economy Terror, slight lead. Marty Party's not done. She's fighting back here. Outside Destiny's Chance trying to get to the top 2. Economy Terror, slight lead. Destiny's Chance flying late. Economy Terror.
Thanks, Jim. What a great call. And this filly looks like she's been doing it all of her life. Absolutely fantastic. 151-1. She's got some proud owners, Chuck Pompey, Edwin Gold, and our local guy right here, Howard Taylor, that lives in the Philadelphia area. We caught up with him, and he's super proud of this filly.
We feel blessed to have her, and she couldn't have come on a better time when we had to retire Buckeye. We have a new world champion to replace her. I owe a great deal of thanks to everybody, especially Chris, who did a great job, Brian for driving her, Ed and Chuck for my partners. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard. He is a second-generation horseman. You know, Judy and Jerry Taylor, his mom and dad were owners for a long time, too. Had a lot of horses in the Delaware Valley, and it's great to see Howard doing so well, okay? Stay with us when we come back. Our lovely Sharla, she also returns, and she'll have a look at the best of the rest, including the best driver, the best trainer, so don't think about going anyplace. We're coming back at you.
Mohegan Sun, off-track wagering. Allentown, Carbondale, East Stroudsburg. Always leave happy.
Hi there, and welcome back, harness racing fans. By the way, can you do us a favor? Would you tell one person Each one of you, tell one person about the show, and then our ratings will increase, and it'll be good, you know?
It's not already good? Like our show's not already great?
Better.
Okay.
It can be better. Okay, Sharla, our lovely correspondent, is back this year. We are thrilled about that. And Sharla will have a look at all the rest of the stuff, including the best driver and the best trainer. Take it away, girl.
Thanks, Heather and Steve. Well, the Dan Patch Awards recognize some of our sport's greatest people, and we're going to mention a few of those right now. Jimmy Takter was named to the Living Hall of Fame. Takter has been a staple in the sport of harness racing for 4 decades, driving and training some of the top horses harness racing has seen. The Sweden native is also a 3-time Horse of the Year trainer. Gene Emerson was named to the Communications Hall of Fame, a pioneer in the world of harness racing journalism and founder of the Northeast Harness News, which chronicled racing in New England. Her efforts in harness racing are endless. Moira Fanning, named to the Communications Hall of Fame this year. She wears many hats in her work for the Halbletonian Society, and her opinions in the sport are often highly regarded. A powerful woman who shows no signs of slowing down. Dan Noble was named as the Rising Star. He was the winningest driver of the year with 773 wins. He went head-to-head throughout the season with the driver of the year, George Brennan. John Fielding is the owner of the year. He notably owns See You at Peelers, the 3-year-old filly pacer of the year, and he also is the owner of Cedar Dove. And we can't forget about the driver of the year, George Brennan. In 2011, he won the Halbletonian and the Halbletonian Oaks, and he is only the 2nd driver in history to win both of those races in the same year.
It's a great honor, you know, 2nd year in a row, and you got to thank the writers of Oshawa who voted me for it, but I mean, it was just a phenomenal year between the Halbletonian Oaks, and it just doesn't get better than that. Driving title at Yonkers, I won 7,000 races, so everything just went my way, and it was just an incredible year. I was able to stay healthy, you know, touch wood on that, and you know, Ken, it just doesn't get any better.
Ron Berg was named as the Trainer of the Year at the Dan Patch Awards. He had 797 wins last year, the most of any trainer, and had $18.5 million in purses earned. That's more than 2.5 times his nearest foe. And now he has something great in common with his father.
That's probably the biggest thing it means to us, you know, that's something my father did. And, you know, I looked through it and I didn't see where any other father's son had done it. So, you know, to us that just, you know, further, you know, shows what we as a group created with our stable. And, you know, that's where I take the pride in, it's our stable.
A big congratulations to all of the big winners in 2011. And I can't wait to see who will take home the big awards this season in 2012. Back to you, Heather and Steve.
Okay, it's time now for a real daymaker. I know if you're sitting around going, I need something to really make me feel good, this is it, trust me. At the Dan Patch Awards in Orlando, our girl right here, Heather, sang on stage with the president of the U.S. Harness Racing Association, Steve Wolf, and here's Heather singing. That was awful.
Yeah, I really can't contest that, but, you know, but I gave 110%.
You did, and it still didn't work. By the way, we got to tell you this, one of our team is not back this year. The lovely Susan Ellers, who did the picks last year, did a wonderful job. She's got a lot on her plate, and obviously...
Actually, keep this on the down low, but she hit a couple big superfectas over the vacation, and she's just retired.
Good for you, Susan. We'll miss you, darling. Okay. And for all of us here at PA Harness Week, including my partner, Heather Moffat, I'm Steve Ross, reminding you to get high on harness.
It's only natural.
Explosive Matter wins the Colonial easily.
Underway. Starting fast outside here. Brett Messenger to the air.